Oh, hey, we're back. Weeks being nothing in the mall forever. I never left your side. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die. We brought the stranger to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So whatever happens this time out is our final attempt. And then beyond that, I don't really know what happened. Well, I don't really know what's going to happen. And then I don't really know how we're going to proceed. Am I just going to kind of play with time and try and find all the possible outcomes that I missed?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Killing Princess seems kind of bad, though, eh?
Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Let's see. Forget it. I'm not doing this.
No, you have to do it.
Alright. Let's see. I'll go with the cabin and talk to her. If she's bad as you say that she is, then maybe I'll slay her.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens.
I'm not committing to anything.
A word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Not committing to anything here. We're just gonna...
Every one of us is doomed.
We've seen a lot of Doom.
So
We've seen a lot of...
So, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Okay. You prickly prick.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Hello, hero. You've been with us since the very beginning.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Let's see. Are we really playing a VN if we don't use up all of our possible saves?
The blade is your implement.
You'll need it if you want to do this right. I mean... We're gonna talk to her. If we have to get the blade, we go get the blade.
The basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here,
slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
We're gonna try and end this as amenably as possible. I'm gonna save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Let's do it.
You walk
Hi there.
down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
We did come down here unarmed. Maybe we could have used the knife to pick the lock or something.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the
Whoops.
end.
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
You keep telling me.
You're doing the right thing.
I'll trust you for
Walk up
once,
to the
Hero.
chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
So there's not even like a clear lock. I'm gonna go check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. Not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
Oh.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the
Oh,
stairs
no.
slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Try the
You
door.
try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Mean to me.
Your
Hey,
shouts
hey,
and
let me out of here.
pleas are met with silence.
Hey! What the
You're
fuck,
here to
dude?
slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
What's up with that? Well, alright.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Well, okay, very good.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Well,
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
oh.
She barely
Ah!
hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Ooh, we only got one choice here. Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh.
She's giving me that look.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Oh boy.
Her limb
Jeez.
falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She's remarkably okay with
She
this.
didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Alright, let's go.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You
Oh,
can't
no.
just do that.
Oh no. Assuming direct control.
Watch me.
What are you doing?
Warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Oh my god, the blood on the mouse icon. The mouse icon holding the dagger has blood on it. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you
okay.
and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you
You aren't dead yet.
I'm so sorry.
She tried.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
What an interesting contradiction of feelings here. She's legitimately, like, tense and passive and afraid to do a violence. But she's also, like, cut her own arm off without flinching.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
She's doing a terrible job at doing a violence. We are dying painfully. If she is not a pro-violence doer.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yay.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not.
Clearly not.
So it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
This is fine, isn't it?
It can't just end like this, right?
This one can live.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel. Ah.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I suppose we will never know what happened after that point.
You're here
but
to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
okay, no.
Don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all.
Yeah,
If you
nah,
don't
I'm
remember
good.
What happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Oh, hello, Smitten.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
4 of us? Smitten, hero, me, princess?
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
The down bad.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Rare bit of, honesty there.
Very different questions, but fine.
Oops.
let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Yeah, we see that.
You were the one who did us in.
Oh, yeah, true. You tried to force our hand.
Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price. I beg to differ.
Then beg.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations.
That's a hefty assumption, but,
Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
the princess left.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Dastardly?
Convoluted. I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Put the princess in the cabin in a little pocket dimension you can send us to, I'm with them.
That's right, you can't stop all of us.
We're gonna find a way to save her.
We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does.
We heard the chapter title. It's the damsel. She's in distress down here. It's our job.
Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call.
Alright,
Just
let's
be
chat.
about it.
Alright. Yeah, the only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. She could barely hold a knife. How is she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
You're gonna have to tell me a bit
Maybe
more.
it's her beauty that threatens the world. Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
People
Who locked her?
in that
Yep.
basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Don't overcomplicate things, because when you do, we start getting into some real metaphysical shit, and I don't have time for that. Oh. You're being cagey.
I told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
Forgive me if I don't.
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
You think you're special?
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Don't you patronize me now.
Calling us special isn't going to make us friends, even if it did feel nice.
Nah.
Oh, believe me, the last thing I want is for you and I to be friends. But I'm a professional, and I'm not going to let my dislike for you get in the way of helping you save the world.
That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Alright, fine.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Well, we did mighty fine last
I
time.
already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted.
Aha!
Beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
True and true.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Why does that look like a little mini
The
door?
blade is your implement.
You'll need it if you want to do this right. This whole cabin is different than last
Very
time.
different.
Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around.
This is like a castle tower dungeon.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward
Wipey.
and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Mean. Huh. Alright, enter we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement.
The princess lives here. Slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Alright, keep it together, buddy.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Alright, let's do it. What do we got?
You walk
Yeah,
down the
that's her.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you,
Yeah.
right?
For the best.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
I'm projecting spiritual waves of love.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Oh,
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery
She
really
acknowledged
goes a long
me.
way with the two of you, doesn't it?
she acknowledged me. I've been doing my best all this time as a hero.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
It's curious, isn't it, that the narrator is somehow outside of the process that we're going through as the player character. The host of sorts.
That's right, villain.
Of this
and you killed
body.
us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before.
True.
So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
I mean, we're also going off the narrator's word here. Let's see. We can rescue the princess. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Oh, simple enough. You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why'd you do that?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we?
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
Before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
It's concerning.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Okay, Spittin', calm down. I don't know how I feel about the way this is
Say
going.
to her, that's a confession.
Honestly, the world sucks. Fuck it. Fuck it. No, I don't want the world to end.
I didn't end the world.
Simple enough.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
I'm not so sure.
Honestly, the world sucks. People are plagued, and I hope you brought a slow and painful ruin to all of them.
I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a misanthrope.
Lucky for you, I did destroy the world. I destroyed all of it and made it awful for everyone.
I'd point out that she just admitted to obliterating the entire world, but I guess that wouldn't actually move you.
Oh, it moves me.
Whatever we do next, we should do our best to not let her out.
But have you seen her angelic face? She should get a pass. She just wanted to make us happy.
Girls can do anything, even end the world slowly and painfully.
By destroying the world?
Really?
Apparently, yes.
Honestly, Hero. Honestly, Hero. Women do one thing and you decide to judge them. Let's talk about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
Of me was pushed to such drastic action. It was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
A very unsettling
That's
extent.
because she's perfect.
Oh boy.
You think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I didn't bring a knife. Do we have to go through this again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
Again? How did it go back?
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
I don't know why something feels off about that arm.
Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
No, you're not. You're not. Me too. Me too,
She
buddy.
didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
Like, this is slid a little bit too far into the
Oh,
uncanny
right.
side.
Extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Whoa.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Damn. Powerful stand.
You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings.
Jesus, sorry. Does the world end if you don't stop her? Yeah, just slips right
I'll
off.
approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and
Aw.
smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Happy Valentine's
Only
Day.
you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
Love
What do you
wins.
know?
What do you want to do?
Yes. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
I got that
She
impression.
doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
I want to end the
And
world.
then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
If you want to leave, then let's leave. But... why don't you tell me what you
I
want?
just want to make you happy.
I like that music reflection.
Don't just want to make us happy.
I like that musical...
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
Oh wow, there's a lot of options here. You need your own thing. You just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around me.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
Your eyes are getting really wide.
Broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
Must be something you
I
want.
just want to make you happy.
Oh no.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right.
Oh no. Her true nature as a caricature is being
I
revealed.
fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
The facade is fading and all that's left is a caricature. Okay, clearly something is happening here and I'm very scared. What if we just don't do anything? What if we just stay here? Nobody gets hurt and we figure out how to be happy together. I almost want to see what happens if she goes another step down. What would make you
I
happy?
just want to make you happy.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here?
Yep, and they live happily ever after. Uh-oh. You don't get the chance to ask another question, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. I don't want to know. I'm actually gonna... What if we just stay here?
Oh, is that really what you want?
Oh,
If you
we're
think
back.
that would make you happy, then...
Her eyes dart uncomfortably to the corners of the room.
I guess we could do that.
Oh, at least she's normal again. Normal again? Can't you tell she's sad? She's distraught.
Okay,
This is unacceptable.
we went one level deeper and fed the one in the quiet, the caricature princess. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. We'll do that another time. I want to give her a better princess than the caricature
But
princess.
She can't be unhappy about staying with us. Can she? No. It has to be him. It has to be this place. If we just made these walls more fitting for a princess, if we just say the right things, if we just showed her the contents of our heart, she'd be happy here. As the voice thinks its thought, your hands raise, fingers pointing towards your chest, and then... What? No, you absolutely do not do that. Oh, but I do. What? What is he doing? We can't see unless you tell us. Are you sure you want to know?
Jesus, my mouse is fucking up.
You
Oh,
plunge
God.
your nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping for a handhold,
Oh no,
and you find it, your fingers curling around your ribs.
that was me trying to stall too.
Oh no, what are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
And yet, it's done, isn't it? It will be soon. You yank violently, your bones cracking with wet pops as you pull yourself apart inch by painful inch. Your exposed
God.
heart, framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest. The loosened threads of your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room.
Threads.
Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
Yeah, trauma.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something.
Oh?
It's beautiful.
The princess, mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart, and then everything goes dark and we die? Yes.
Fair enough. Happily ever after. Epilogue.
You're on a path in the woods. Mate, we're clearly already in the cabin. Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet. We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time. Not that he was eager to divulge that. Right,
Paranoid, hey!
Here's the new guy. Welcome! I can't say I'm happy to be here. This is a bad place. All stale and wrong. Can't you feel it?
Why did you pick up paranoid this time?
Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from. Meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-travelled, you know that, yes?
I'm not sure what to make of that last reality. Thanks, Smitten, for opening up our chest and letting the princess take our heart.
We know that you keep telling us that, but we've never seen a world end. As far as I'm concerned, that whole conversation is just noise. And I'm stuck on a better question. Where's the other one? The other one?
Smitten died?
Yeah, a certain lovesick fool has been suspiciously quiet. One might even say absent.
Oh, she's in the windows holding the heart. Oh.
Oh, you're right. It's a little quiet here, isn't it? Maybe that's one of the rules. Maybe only one bonus voice is allowed to be here at a time.
Bonus voice? I'm just as important as you are.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. All I'm saying is that it's my third time here and it's your first. You're not unwelcome, but from my perspective, you're definitely bonus. I'm going to describe the room now. The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicoloured glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty.
Well, this... Yeah.
Before you, there isn't a blade, is there? That's not good.
It's a mirror. We didn't use it last time, and the last time before that. Doesn't matter if there's the blade's here. Oh, we could leave. Goodbye.
As you foolishly turn to leave the cabin and abandon the world to its ruination, you're... Oh, isn't that convenient? As you turn around, you're faced with a solid wall. There isn't a way out. It would appear that you're stuck here until you find a resolution to our princess problem.
There we go.
Yes, it's very convenient, isn't it?
I assure you, I'm just as surprised as you are. Can't you hear the relief in my voice? I wouldn't be relieved if I was the one who set this up. I would have known you were stuck here from the beginning. Look, it doesn't matter who put that wall there, because it's there. The only thing for you to do now is find the princess and, ideally, find your weapon while you're at it. With nowhere to go but forward, you turn back around, leaving the non-existent exit behind you.
Alright, doesn't matter if the blade's not there. If the blade's here, we didn't use it last time, and the time before then, she used it to kill us.
Point, but it's still an option that's been taken away from us. I don't like losing options.
That's fair. Losing options means you've been railroaded into something else.
And it's an important one. It's your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do this right. And the fact that you're here, right now, again, means that you have not yet done this right. But it's not there, is it? We don't even get the choice. So, what are we supposed to do? I don't actually know. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. It has to. It's part of the whole structure of this place, I think. At the very least, it's important.
This is a firmly new outcome here. So, now you're going to talk about the mirror?
I see it. I've just been preoccupied with everything else going on, like the fact that we can rip our own heart out without deciding that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That was fucked up,
That
huh?
what happened to you last time? How did that even work?
You better not do it again.
Yeah, don't worry. The guy who did that's gone now.
Lucky for you, the one who did it is the one who's gone. Wonderful. Moving on, I have no idea what you're talking about. There is no mirror. There's only the stained glass windows, the empty table where your blade should be, and the door to the basement. You said that last time too, but that hasn't stopped it from showing up again.
That's a bigger mirror.
Or moving.
Mirror or no mirror, the door to the basement, your only way forward, is just on the other side of the room. How about you walk over there?
Okay.
You cross the room, stopping just in front of the door to the basement. What is this about that supposed mirror? Just reach forward and fumble around a bit. I'm sure you'll find the handle. Well, shall we have a look at ourselves? Maybe it won't go away this time.
Reach forward. And there's the
Reach
door.
forward, your hand instinctively wrapping around the handle.
This is a cathedral of some sorts.
Figures.
Are we walking into a
What's
wedding?
The door open. Marvellous. We can proceed. It would seem that the stairs to the basement don't lead to a basement at all. Rather, they
go up. They're draped in fine carpet too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... no, that doesn't work here at all. This place is nice. It's fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm. Well,
Right.
if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess. No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice, exitless house doesn't mean that she doesn't pose a direct threat to all of reality. It's in her very nature.
Maybe we start out in the basement after all.
Am I the only one who remembers how much she changed last time? Does she even have a nature?
I mean, when we didn't, like, completely unfurl the very fabric of her being and make her the caricature, did she really change that much? I mean, yeah. What am I saying? Yes, she did. But, like, not as drastically as some other paths. She just, like, became the damsel caricature. And then when we pushed the issue, the whole caricature unfurled around us. But when we sort of settled,
That is precisely why she poses a threat.
it's a lot to think
I
about.
don't know, she got weird for a second, yeah, but she didn't change that. We have to
Right,
move
right.
on. This is a wildly dangerous line of reasoning. No, you can't just say that. Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
You're home. Dinner's ready.
Oh?
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets. Why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice.
Dinner good.
What is the problem? This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay?
We didn't leave. We made this place something worthy of a princess. I think that was the conclusion we came to. And then, Smitten unfolded our chest, she took our heart, and they succeeded?
Don't eat the food.
But what if I'm really hungry? Up the stairs we get.
This hall, like the one below, is grand and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light, just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship.
Princess.
The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the center of the room. The princess, seated at its far end. Your pristine blade glints in the weak torchlight, hanging from a golden chain around the princess's neck. So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy. Isn't that suspiciously easy? There has to be a twist. There has to be something waiting for us. You saw what happened to her last time. She's not what she seems.
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
Sounds nice to me.
As the words
Sit.
leave her mouth, the torches flare and a chair
Oh,
swings
Jesus.
in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
All right.
Isn't that better? It is better, right?
What is this place?
It's our happy ending, just like you asked for. It's everything we're supposed to have ever wanted.
What do we do now?
Oh, right, dinner. I'd totally forgotten about it.
Flames burn
Whoa!
bright, and a shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
That's a lot of dinner.
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Remember what I said. Oh, but it looks so amazing, and after everything we've been through, we could really use a break. Are you sure we need to be so concerned? I'm not sure about anything, and that's the problem. For what it's worth, I generally don't think one should trust strange food that magically appears on a table. But nothing here is exactly what I expected it to be, so make of that what you will.
Let's eat.
You begin to feast, and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading. The food is more exquisite than you ever could have imagined. You sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue.
This ain't so bad.
You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy and tender and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe. Your cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels. This really is perfect, isn't it? It is the best meal you've ever had.
We deserve a nice meal.
But then it's over,
Oh,
and you're just as hungry as when you began.
well, that's mean of you.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
Oh no.
Across the table, clearing and replating. The feast is once again laid before you.
Okay, alright. Let me explain to you. Yes, a great big meal is excellent, but by looping this, you're missing the satisfaction of just sitting by the fire together after a big meal, just being full and not wanting to move. You're missing that part of it. You're missing that part of it. You don't have to do this. We don't have to do this again over and over again. We can just sit and be happy and be together.
The food is good.
Oh, okay.
Again, you tear into golden crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already.
Yeah, and plus the luster of the wears off if you do this repeatedly.
And you're just as hungry as
Oh,
when
no.
you began.
You're still hungry too, right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all. It'll be perfect if we just do it again.
And now the concern is here.
The
No.
shadow sweeps over the table, clearing the old and laying out the new. And so you do it again.
No.
The meat is fine, the bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film. You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more.
Yeah, that's
So we had a mediocre meal. It's not a big deal. That's the trap. It wasn't mediocre at first. It's trending down.
we just gotta get her to stop.
Getting a little sick of it. So what? We just have to try something new. I'm sure we won't be stuck eating the same meal forever. Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
Alright,
Again.
before you refresh it again, let's just think about this a second.
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong. It looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Let's just calm down a minute.
Again,
No.
the shadow replaces your feast,
Oh no.
and again you eat.
Well, here we go.
The meat is greasy. The bread is tough, its crust hurting your jaw as you chew. The grey vegetables are barely worth the effort of picking through.
Oh.
You don't even touch the goblet, its sickly sweet aroma utterly unappealing. I'm so tired of eating. At least you still have the memory of how good it was the first time, right?
I'm so tired of this.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
Uh-oh.
A light went out. Maybe a coincidence, but maybe not. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, The other 3 torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
God, the silhouette of the fire behind it. I know it's the fire, and just the shadows we're seeing projected on the wall. It's really cool. It also looks like some kind of demon haunting the scene. Alright. I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you just said something you wanted to say. Slay the princess. Oh no.
But it was wrong. I took away a piece of our light. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't want him to be upset with me.
I don't want him? You said he. Who's he?
He's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I think he made this place for us.
Wait, are you
It
smitten?
all makes sense now. It's him, isn't it? He's making all this happen. He's the one who trapped us here.
Oh no.
Who? The lovesick one. The one from last time. He's not gone. He's just with her.
We got an
now.
achievement there.
He's the shadow.
We got an achievement for that. Hey, Smitten, you were real chatty last time. Don't you have anything to say?
Smitten?
The torches flare and the shadow grows for a moment.
Well, there's something in
Waiting for some
there.
response.
What is that in the shadow there?
No, I saw him smile. That's him.
Well,
Regardless, it would seem that he, if there is a he, isn't something you can talk to.
He says his words are just for me, but he wants me to ask. Isn't this enough? Isn't this what you wanted him to do? He says he's tired, and I don't think he'll answer anything else you have to say.
Oh, wait, what are we supposed to do now?
I don't know. Maybe we could play a game.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's exactly what we should do.
The flames
Whoa,
roar,
alright.
and the shadow comes dancing across the table. It leaves behind an intricate game, its pieces elegant and beautiful and enticing, its simple rules already apparent, even with little explanation.
We can probably work together to figure this out as we go. That sounds like a lot of fun, right?
Yet
Sure,
another
yeah.
waste of time. Why all the distractions? What are we being distracted from? That's the real game. And I feel like I'm 2 steps behind.
We do have the right voice. We did pick up the right voice to try and suss out what's going on
You're
here.
overthinking it, mate. I feel like this is just something to do. We might as well try to have some fun. You and the princess do indeed figure it out as you go. And what a game it is. The tension between turns, the triumphant highs of moves well placed, and the tragic lows of miscalculations and careless plays. The warmth of trust and the cool texture of deception. And then, the climax, as she places her final piece.
Oh, I think we got the rules wrong.
Oh?
And so you start over.
Oh no, it's less exciting this time.
Time passes. You play the game. You win. Hey! Will you look at that?
Oh, you won. I guess we can play again.
Don't seem to be having fun.
You play the game. She wins.
Okay, we traded wins.
Oh, I won. I guess we can play again.
No, we're doing it. We're doing it repeatedly now the luster's gonna wear off.
There is a long pause, and the board does not reset.
This isn't fun anymore, is it?
It's never going to stay fun.
Paranoid's right.
You don't need me to tell you that it isn't. Oh. The princess visibly panics as another torch sputters.
Wait. Maybe this is just too easy. Maybe if we added more rules and pieces, it would be fun again.
Yeah. The game's just a little simple. We can make it fun again. The shadow
Oh, alright.
descends on the board
We
once
say?
again. More pieces are added, their shapes more intricate, their purposes less immediately clear, and the two of you set about discovering the complexities of the game anew.
It's quite good at He's quite good at coming up with new shit.
And so you
At
do.
least.
And it is fun again. In fact, it's almost as fun as the first time you played, and the sputtering torch roars back to life.
So the torches are almost like the energy you've spitting to keep this facade going.
But then you get used to the additions, and the feeling starts to fade. A creeping numbness settling in over the board. More pieces are added. The feelings flare. The feelings fade. The princess suggests new rules. A glimmer of what could have been excitement flits through your mind, quickly vanishing as the game progresses. Your pieces advance in an ever-increasing slog to their destination. Winning and losing become nothing but ends, and even the end becomes nothing as you roll over into a new game, the board resetting as many times as you can finish, till finally...
I'm out of ideas. I'm actually out of ideas this time. I don't think I can play anymore.
As the words
Oh,
leave
yep,
the
there it
princess's
goes.
mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
We're not good at this. We're not good at this living together thing. We need to like balance our activities out in moderation. Keep it fun.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
This is... awful. I think
Honestly,
we
yeah.
all know that we're not happy. We just have to admit it to ourselves.
Hmm. That'll progress us to the next torch. Are you actually happy here?
The princess starts to hyperventilate,
Oh no.
her quick breaths punctuating the uncomfortable silence between you.
Yes. Why wouldn't I be? Let's not talk about it.
Alright, I'm genuinely starting to feel bad here. You need the truth. You need to tell me how you really feel.
I don't feel anything.
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
Hmm. These are all good choices. These are all good options here. Right, but what's gonna happen? If you could do anything in the world, what would it be? What would you choose?
I think I'd like to dance under the stars.
Oh,
That sounds lovely.
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
can you blow the roof off of this
As he
place?
says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
Oh no.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
Oh,
The princess sobs,
oh.
burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out.
I feel like all this is my fault.
She
I'm
raises
sorry.
her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
Your fault. We were all just trying to make things work here. It just didn't happen that way. I don't think this is the sort of thing anybody needs to apologize for. Even if we both feel empty. Even if an important part of us is gone.
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Do you still care about me?
Hmm. Hmm. Of course I do. I don't think I'll ever stop.
Wasn't expecting you to say that. I still care about you, too, so maybe this wasn't all bad.
I think where we got the most meaning out of this was trying to stop Smitten and trying to get you to tell us what you wanted to do. It's honestly really quite poignant that last thing that put the last torch out was her telling us something she genuinely wanted to do.
But I don't think this place is for us anymore. I think we need to go.
Offer your hand.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand. The corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold and a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world? It does, if he's telling the truth.
Thank you very much.
Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world. Really was all meaningless blather then, wasn't it? Think what you will. I'm done fighting.
You know what? Thank you, narrator.
You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance.
Thank you, narrator.
And
Oh,
then
we're
the two
here!
of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do.
I think it was. Here and now, I genuinely think it was. Thank you for letting us have this.
He's really gone, isn't he?
You were a pain in the ass. A bit frustrating. A bit down to earth at times. Keeping us level when we needed to focus. You had a lot of... I still don't fully understand what you were, but you let us have this one bit of genuine happiness.
Yeah. There's an itching in the back of my head that feels like it's finally been scratched. No more shadowy figures yanking at our strings. No more strings. I guess we're free.
The stars are so beautiful.
A quiet moment passes over you. Comfortable quiet.
I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
Aw, she gently pulls you forward as the two of you fall into a graceful step. The only rhythm that guides you is the shared thumping of your hearts, beating in perfect unison. Her face, warm and tired, brightens the faster you move, a soft, sad smile widening and widening until it reflects only genuine affection. You send her out in a wide spin and your arms stretched to their limits, only the tenuous grasp of your hand and hers holding you together. You share a gaze that feels like it lasts forever. Oh no.
Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
No. No.